Good morning. It is the 2nd of August. It is coming up to 10:30. So I've been out this morning. I've done 2 airport runs, 2 private jobs. I've done one over to Liverpool Airport, one over to Manchester Airport, and then I've just stopped at, is this the Holiday Inn? I don't even know what it is. Yeah, the Holiday Inn at Haydock Island there, St Helens. So I've just been here for about an hour now, just getting a full charge. I'm taking it right back up to 100%. Normally I just take it, up to like 80 or 90, where it's a bit faster. But I've been doing some like social media stuff and whatnot, so I've been hanging around for a bit. Yeah, so they're the only 2 private jobs of the day. Got them out the way, so I thought, well, whilst I'm out, I might as well start an Uber shift. I do tend to try and come out as early as I can on a Saturday if I'm doing it early, to try and get a full like 12 hours in. So might as well just crack on with it now. If you watched the video the other day, I was going back and forth with Uber, you trying to submit me documents. So to cut a really long story short, because this went on for about 9 hours the other day with Uber going back and forth. So I had uploaded my documents, and some of them kept getting rejected because they weren't accepting the fact that this is a Vauxhall Vivaro E. They were just putting it down as a Vauxhall Vivaro, which is a diesel or a petrol version. Now I know it doesn't matter massively, because right now you can't get like green jobs, Uber Green, around the northwest. But basically I seen it as, if I would have been involved in an accident or something, Uber would have turned around and said, oh well, Paul's basically saying he's driving around in a different vehicle. So I wanted to make sure that it was the E. So anyway, I was going back and forth with them, and then they kept saying that on the private hire vehicle licence it was saying Vauxhall Vivaro, and that was it. But underneath it said propulsion electric, which is what the E for, and it says engine size 0cc. So I'm saying to them, it's obviously electric, and they were saying to me, well, what makes you think we've assigned your vehicle as a diesel or a petrol? And I said, well, because it doesn't say E. So if it doesn't say E, that means it's not electric, that means it's petrol or diesel. So yeah, I was just going around back and forth with them on the phone to various different people, raising complaints, and in the end I pretty much give up. It was about 8 hours going back and forth, not constant on the phone to them for 8 hours, but I mean, I would phone up and then they'd say, right, okay, we've had to escalate it, so someone will message you, and then like 20 minutes later someone messages you through the app, just a real copy and paste kind of little solution. And then one person turned around, oh apologies, I've got tonsillitis I think. So I had one woman turn around and said, oh yeah, I know why it's rejecting your documents. It's because your documents are stating your insurance doesn't start until the 1st of August, and this was like 2 days before the end of the month. So she was like, yeah, so you're not insured. And I was like, no, you've asked me to renew my documents. So you've already got me documents, which run until midnight on the 31st, and this starts at 1 minute past midnight on the 1st. And she's like, oh yeah, that doesn't make sense. So anyway, it's just like a load of idiots in the office. Nobody knows how it actually works. So I set off, I gave up in the end because I had a private job, and I'm on the motorway, my phone's pinging, Uber, it's coming up on my watch, this, that and all the rest of it. So yeah, so in the end somebody's just accepted it. I think it's purely because I was just pestering the life out of them non-stop. So they accepted the private hire vehicle licence, which they should have done, and they've put it down as the Vauxhall Vivaro E. So the woman that I had spoken to had said it was rejecting the insurance because that was coming up as it didn't start till the 1st. She said you'll have to re-upload your old policy. So I re-uploaded that, so they accepted that. So I thought, oh, fuck, it makes no sense. So anyway, the vehicle's been added, all the documents were all fine, they accepted them all, and then it comes up saying your insurance runs out in 2 days, please update your documents. And I was like, you fucking stupid, I've been going back and forth with you for hours. So then I resubmitted my document, my new insurance document, and then the following day it said, okay, yeah, we've accepted your insurance document. So all that was done, but it took about 9 hours, and there was just absolutely no need for it to happen. And that was about it really. So I'll go and see what's happening on Uber. Like I said, I'm in St Helens now, not much happening here, and I will I'll give you an update in the next hour. So first hour in and it's been crap. I've done one job. It was an XL job, £9.41, and that was because I was in St Helens. It was little St Helens to St Helens. It was a lady moving house, massive suitcase, big massive box and a washing basket, and that was it. She said she's had to wait half an hour to get connected to an XL driver, and then it's obviously taken me like 10 minutes to get over there because there was these little temporary traffic lights and they were just stuck on red, so it was just carnage. And that's about it. So I basically hung around St Helens for a little bit. Absolutely nothing was coming up whatsoever, so I've just kind of headed in towards Ormskirk now to see if anything's happening here. But yeah, up to now pretty dismal. Saturday, you'd think busy-ish. People are, you know, coming out moving about because it's you know, well, it's just turned 11:30. Nothing, not even a single job, and that's why I haven't even pulled over. Normally I'll pull over, log off, do a little bit of an update, but it's yeah, it's a bit crap. So I'll see what's happening and I will update you shortly. 12:30 update and I've done nothing. So the last update was 11:30. I drove around Ormskirk, parked up for a little bit, not a single job come up for about half an hour, so I decided to come home, have a little half an hour break, have something to eat. One job offer came up, so anyone who's watching, who's thinking about signing up to Uber, and you know, they've watched all the videos of everyone saying how good it is and how much money you get. At the time when I was offered this job before, I was on the far side of St Helens. I thought it was before when I was in Ormskirk, it wasn't. It's even worse than what I thought it was. They wanted me to drive 28 minutes or 17 miles just next to Liverpool Airport, and it was a 10-minute job going 2.7 miles. So all in, you're looking at 40-45 minutes, and it is close to 20 miles. XL job, £9.64, and that was exclusive to me, apparently. So, like, I just don't get it. There's literally dozens of XL drivers who are going to be about 10 seconds away from that, right at the airport, but they want someone to travel over 17 miles to it. So yeah, if you're thinking about signing up because you think, oh yeah, I've watched all these videos where all these drivers are claiming to make £200-300 every hour and all this kind of crap, that's the kind of stuff that gets sent to you, so don't be fooled. Yeah, so an hour and a half. I mean, like I said, I've been at home for half an hour, so in the past hour and a half I've still only done that one job, which was £9.41. So I'm just about to head off out now. Hopefully it's going to be a bit busier, but let's see what happens. So it's 2:30. It's been ticking over. Still a little bit crap, to be honest. So I came back on at 12:30, straight into a job that was just round the corner. £9.98. It was a 13-minute job going 5 miles. Then had a £7.06. That was 11 minutes going 3.6 miles. What's that take me to? What's up me to? Yeah, I then had a £13.28, which was 12 minutes going 5 miles, and that was pretty much the hour. So that hour wasn't too bad, to be honest. It was about 30 quid. And then bang on 1:30, I had a £5.02 against all these are still in Ormskirk. £5.02, 6 minutes, 1.7 miles. Then had a cash job, which was, I can only assume, a drug run. Picked some guy up from out in the middle of nowhere. I thought it was just a drop, but it was a multi-drop. Took him to somewhere else that was a little bit moody, and then he went, "Oh no, don't pull into the street. Just wait round the corner." So I pulled in round the corner. He said, "I'll only be 1 minute." Didn't say a word to me the whole trip. So we went down there, and then he came back. Took him back to his house again. So that was £8.83. Took 14 minutes. So it was 4.5 miles. It was a cash job, and it was, what was it? He definitely paid more than that. Sorry, yeah, I was. Uber's told me to collect £12. I think it was like £12.80 or something. I got £8.80 for it, 83. and he gave me 20 quid. So I said, like, the rest will just be Uber credits, and he was like, yeah, that's fine. After that, I've just done a £10.45, which was a 9-minute job going 3.6 miles. And that was it for that hour. So that was, yeah, like 10 minutes. Just pulled in round here, just turned 1:30. So in that last hour, it was a bit slower. It was like, what, 23 quid, something like that. So, yeah, just a bit crap, really. Currently on £64.03, and I've done, bear in mind the last kind of 2 hours haven't been too bad, but it was crap this morning, wasn't it? Because I only done that, was it £10 I think, in like an hour and a half. So I've done 3.5 hours up to now, and that's, so that 64 brings it in at roughly £18.28 an hour. So yeah, bit crap. I can't really be bothered. I've been roped into giving the missus a lift at about 4 o'clock. She's going out for a friend's birthday, so I'm going to carry on now until, well, for another hour and a half, until 4. If it's busy, I'll drop the missus off and then I'll stay out. If it's still painfully rubbish like it was this morning, like I said, I know the past 2 hours haven't been too bad, but yeah, if it starts to quiet down a little bit, I'll just knock it on the head, because 1, I can't be bothered, and 2, I feel like an absolute shite. Yeah, so I'll keep you updated shortly. So, final update, it's just after 3 o'clock and I've decided to come home. I just felt too rough and I couldn't be bothered. Last update was 2:30. I took a job which was Burscough into Ormskirk. It was a bit of a surge job, including a £2 tip. It was £11.36, 12-minute job going 4.5 miles. And then I took a job straight after that, which was Ormskirk to Skelmersdale, £10.29. It was a priority job, 12 minutes, going 5.8 miles. And that took me to basically bang on, if not like a minute past 3 o'clock. So it wasn't too bad. That last kind of half an hour, it was, including the £2 tip, it was about, what, £21.60 or something. Yeah, so like I said, I had to come back anyway to give the missus, I need to take her out, and then I was just thinking I couldn't be bothered. I think I've got about a third of a tank left, so technically I could have gone out and probably done like another 2 hours, maybe a tiny bit more, but I couldn't be bothered. I didn't fancy, like, if I felt okay and I didn't feel a bit rough, I probably would have, well, I know I would have stayed out, and I probably would have jumped on a rapid charger again in about 2 hours, and then stayed out even longer, like I normally do. But yeah, I just feel like shite, and I just can't be bothered. So I finished on the whole £85.68 over the 4 hours, so it was about £21.41 an hour. So it wasn't too bad, in all fairness to Uber. You know, I was getting between like £20–30 an hour. But yeah, it just comes down to if I'm rough. Yeah, I'd rather just come home, because if you're feeling a bit crap, plus I'm popping all sorts of tablets like Skittles trying to sort it out, and if you're in a bit of a crap mood as well because you can't be bothered, obviously the passengers pick up on it a bit. You start getting crap feedback because you look like a right misery arse sat in the front, and I just couldn't be bothered. So I will I've got no idea when the next Uber one will be, because as you know, I normally try and keep it to a Saturday. I've had private bookings like every day, even when I was out before. More private bookings were coming through over the next week or so. So yeah, I'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know how you were getting on, or how you get on a Saturday, especially in your area. You know, are you managing to get £20–30 an hour? Are you happy with that? So yeah, I'll catch you.